Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, all night. Get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Well, good morning and greetings to all you travelers out there, and of course to all you builders. It's me, Kevin C, here yet again at Action Pants Gaming with another Tuesday morning build and chill. It is Tuesday, and I've got 1 minute after the 10 a.m. hour on this August the 12th, 2025. I do know some of you are still out there in the past, and some are somehow in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in today, I hope it's going good on this day, or whatever day you happen to be watching. You might not be watching today, although today would be the day, I guess if you're watching, that would be today. Yeah, I guess that sort of makes sense. Alright, anyway, enough of my weird ramblings of nonsensical wackiness. Alright, it's Tuesday, and let's see, it's early, but we do have Sergeant Belson in the house. Good morning, Sergeant. How you doing today? Good to have you along. Alright, we are tired. I have been feeling really weird lately. Thank goodness I've got actually my first doctor's appointment and physical and whatnot in a long time. Let's just say that. A long time. Last time I went to see a doctor, aside from having my hernia area checked out recently was for my hernia surgery. So yeah. This week was next week's last week. I like that. All right, again, I gotta figure out why this is so different. Like every other bit is fine, you know? All right, let's go make a box and figure out why that's so weird. And I should probably... thank you, Sarge. It's just been weird, man. I've been under some bizarro stress. You know, money and that sort of rigmarole, but some other stuff, but... Alright. We'll get into that at another point. Why are you so bizarre? Alright, let's make I'm trying to think of what we should do here. I mean, I could delete this one. There's nothing really here except for that, right? Alright, let's fly over to the other R&D. Because I just don't know what to do here. Tuesday. You know, kind of kills me how... You know, we had that update. We had like, I think, 2 patches maybe? And one for building that really didn't do anything. So I really don't know sometimes what Hello Games is got on their brains, but I mean, I'm sure a lot, and they're very busy, but you know, if you're gonna do some stuff, you gotta kind of do it the right way. All right, what do? Do we delete this one, or do we delete the other one? I think we can delete this one. And I can build that cube again. There's not much I can't redo here. And it's not like people are coming to visit this either, so... Fabled Pilgrim, welcome, welcome. I hate deleting bases. I really do. I hate having to worry about my part count. I'm very curious and worried about how Light No Fire's build mechanic is going to be, what that's going to be like. Alright, do we delete this? I mean, I have more than enough, you know what, we're going to hold off. remember changing the color on that, but it's entirely possible. Like, see how in here it's all fine? Like, I wonder what I did. I think it has to be flipped up from that point, because I think the reason the other ones worked was because it was flipped at that. Well, if you need some help, Fable, let me know. I got you. I got you. I got one plant. And I'm surprised, like, my save editor, I don't know if there was an update for that or not or whatnot, but I thought I would have that, but apparently I do not. Alright, let's see if another one's open up on the Nexus. We'll fly out there. And I'll go over the wall again. So, Fable, do you have legacy wall floors? You have some of the legacy parts, yes? Hey, Gamma. Welcome back. It's early. And thank you all for being here. Y'all are great. You're always here. You're always supporting, and I really appreciate that. I know I'm not one of the big streaming people, but I do what I can. Hopefully help out with your building. Oh, yeah, I already have this one. Yeah. I do. I haven't even looked at it, actually, which is the funny thing. I mentioned that last stream, and I still haven't looked at it. All right, let's all right, you know what? Let's work on that part. I need to carry that step extension down. There's a, I wanted to do some sort of something for that lower section down. All right, let's see. Yeah, that sign came out good. I'm really stoked with that. It works in that section. It fits the space. It's nice. Yeah. I'm all right with all that. Well, I mean, it's typical science stuff, but it fits in that spot real well. Where's that part? There you go. get in there? Get a peek at it on the other side. Oh, okay. That's good. DG, what is going on? How you doing? Hey, stop that. There we go. Now look. I really need to find some new wonders. I gotta find out where Rev put that wonder. Give me one moment, please. I need to take a look on... Need to check Discord here for a second, because... I had a location for wonders. And Rev had a really cool one. It's not there. And I thought it was in our Music Lounge chat. Haven't seen Rev in a couple of days. Right, I don't think it's in that. Right. I hate when I can't find something. Too many spots to look. That's half the problem. Yeah, it's not even... Where did you send that to me, Rev? I know you sent it. Damn it. Oh well, alright. Well, that's a bummer. I really want to get that because I gotta fix this. I mean, I like it. either the fish will stay and then I got to find something different for here or something will change down there, etc., etc. But I need to change it up. But the only things that really work well need to be a little bit bright or, something that shows through the. Ooh, pardon me. Ooh, you know what I haven't looked at? Damn it. I don't get it. I really, really don't freaking get it. Yesterday it looked better. Now this is right back to. What the hell is the issue with this? Why is ER's build and I'm so bummed. I'm gonna, So we did move our base computer, and we are 436 U away. So we should be fine. Oh, the fish. Yeah, I did get that one. But Rev found one of those creatures that looks like it looks like the vascular system of like a bipedal walker thingy. And I figured that might show up, but I can't find it. I don't know where he put it. I checked my personal. I checked the wonders. Well, DG, if you ever want some help with a new studio, let me know. I'd be honored to help you with a new studio. Put one of my crazy walls in there somehow. Put one of the screens in. And I really want to try this because I think that would look cool, if they were maybe walking through, that bit. Although I don't know how they move. I haven't seen it as a wonder, so I don't know. It's either that or I have to find it, and I don't know where to look. Then I got from Krusty Butte. I found. I got a cool butterfly, but it's not really. It doesn't really show up very well. We might do a little exploration today because I have a feeling I'm gonna end up in the same predicament. I'm at that point in a build where I'm like, what do I do next? I'm low on parts. Yeah, I miss. I like those studio talks. Those were always great. Legendaries, the legendaries. We have meetings all day today, but I just want to drop by and say hi. Well, welcome. Thank you. All right. It's just I'm at that point. I'm at that difficult crossroad of I built the main area. I want to decorate, but I have almost no parts. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's find out exactly how many parts we have left, because that's going to really make a difference. Oh, nice. I may have actually. You can sign up to receive direct deposit. Oh, nice. Okay, awesome. I'm going to have to look into that. I need money. I'm so broke right now. A month of no money coming in. Workman's Comp has not reached out to me in a month, and I have not received anything from Workman's Comp. I mean, hopefully it'll eventually get here, and thank you so much, Katrine, even though, unfortunately, I haven't seen any of that either, but Katrine, went above and beyond on donations a few weeks ago, and she's such a sweetheart. Katrine is so awesome. She really is. Good streamer. I want to get her to 1,000 at least. I don't know what she's at right now, but we'll check into that. I want to do some sort of thing for her. Also, I found out yesterday, I forget who told me, but thank you again, whoever told me. that they did talk to MSG because I've been missing him. And it turns out his computer went teats up. And yeah, she's awesome, DG. She really is. She knew I was in a struggle moment, and like, she didn't even need to do what she did. You know what I mean? Like, a small portion of what she gave me would have been wonderful, but I don't know where it is. Like, I've looked for it, and I don't see a record of her doing it. I don't know. Oh, was that you, Legend? Awesome. And I got to backtrack to that. Thank you. But anyway, she's just awesome. Katrine's awesome. If you don't already subscribe to her, please get out there and do that. Let's get her, let's get her up there. Well, we don't know yet, Fabled. I just got a text on that, so it's a good sign, but we'll see. You know what happens after I deal with that later. All right. And I go back to work tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it. Been so long, I'm going to be like, how do I do that again? Because I'm a moron. And then I have Wednesday off because I got to go to the doctors and find out why. Well, I have a cyst on my back, I think. I hope. That's all it is. But it's freaking big. So I'm going to get that looked at and then hopefully removed and make an appointment for that. But I've just been feeling really weird lately. Little off. And I'm at that age. I'm getting to that age where, the body starts telling you you're getting old and things start happening and all the stuff that you thought you escaped from doing as a kid. All your, stunts and daring adventures start to come back and haunt you. DG, I'm unfortunately probably never going to be able to retire unless I win the lottery. I joke, but it is probably unfortunate. 25 years of tattooing, I had no savings, no nothing. I was living, and I still am, and then I was unemployed for 6 months after COVID when I retired from tattooing. Financially, my life sucks. I get through. Don't feel super bad. There are people way worse off than I am, way worse off, homeless and living on the street and that sort of thing. I have a roof over my head. Yes, I am struggling, but I have a place to go. I have a beautiful computer here and a bunch of beautiful people that come and hang out. I got it pretty damn good, so to speak. I know, DG, but up until this job, I didn't have anything, and, I was never taught properly, and I went through, a lot of different things growing up. The crazy thing is I've been working since I could throw a newspaper, and had I been smarter with my money, I would be retired now, and I would just be enjoying hanging out here with all y'all. But unfortunately, take care, Legend. Take care, APG. That's me. Thank you for stopping in, Legend. No worries. I hope your day goes by quickly with little to no aggravation. I hope the meetings are worth your time. I know sometimes meetings are just people pontificating for, hours on end. And you're like, you could have sent this in an email. But we'll see you soon. I'll be on Wednesday because I'll have the day off, once I get back from the doctors. Dark Hellboy, what's going on, homie? I still have not checked out that game because I just haven't had a moment to really look into it. I was doing the Battlefield 6 thing for a bit, and I'll be doing that on Wednesday as well because the playtest comes back, I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or for that weekend or something like that. Anyway, back to a couple of things. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to Katrine, get on that. She better have a... better have a thing for her. I don't know how it is. Is it cat? Could be... Oh. Ah, yes. Awesome. It is cat. All right. Go check out Katrine. She's a wonderful person. She's got a great heart. DJ, I'm gonna. It's back, but we'll see. Now back to MSG. MSG's computer is down. I don't know how. He said it might be a bit before he's back up, just because he lives on a, like a lot of us, sort of a fixed income, or doesn't have a lot of extra money, if you will. Never understood that term. I've got extra money. Really? I wish I knew what extra money was. My money goes from here to bills. And occasionally, if I scrimp and save and, whatnot, I can do something. Or when people, donate amazing amounts of money, then I usually use that and put it towards my streaming stuff, an accessory, or, to build my computer, or whatever the case may be, to make this better, or to pay a bill. But anyway, MSG needs some help. We need to get him a computer up and running. Because, one, I miss the man. Also, he's always there. He's always helping people out. He's the moderator of moderators, as I always say. The man, the myth, the legend, the mad, the Scottish, the Geck. His computer has failed him, and we need to figure out how to get him up and running. So let's try to figure that out. Thank you, Gamma. Totally appreciate that. I want to get her up to, I want to get her up there, get some of her subscribers. But MSG needs some help. We got to figure out how to help him out. He's always around. He's always moderating. The moderator of moderators, the MSG, the Mad Scottish Geck. Let's help him out somehow. I don't know how, but let's try to figure that out, okay? Because we need to see him back in our chats. Hell, if somebody sent me 10,000 while streaming, I would twerk online. I would shake my non-existent backside. In booty shorts, no less. It ain't about to happen, so don't worry, you'll never see it. So don't worry. I don't even want to see it. I barely like looking at myself in the mirror in the morning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would not be a sight to see. Hell, if somebody sent me 10K, and I would be, one, I'd be blown away, for starters. Secondly, I would not know what to do, and I would have to figure out how to say thank you and blah, blah, blah to a person, unless I did it anonymously. I do have a, tip me thing on my page somewhere. The buy me a coffee bit. Which for large donations is better than Super Chat. Yeah, I'd warn you ahead of time. I would. I'd be like, look, somebody did this. I said I would do it. I'm going to do it. Turn your head, hide the children, turn your heads, because it's going to happen. And I would do it to probably the Happy song that Grim made for me there. All right, let's get back to whatever it is that I'm doing here. If anyone needs to see how I do this again, and I found a simpler way to make this happen in a more accurate manner, let me know. I will go over it. It takes 5 minutes. A way to get this wall now is super easy. You don't have to use a cube, pyramid, and raised paver. It is nice and straightforward. There's not a lot to it. And yeah, that's about that. And I keep finding stuff that I know I fixed, but it seems to be coming back on occasion. So yeah, there's that. No, don't say that. I could use it. I said in that one lump sum. Nobody's about to send 10K in one lump sum. And again, if they did, well, in some ways, you know, it is deserved. Oh, hey, get out of here. Oh, really? Well, that's sort of interesting. So if we go too big, we lose everything, right? All right, I'm going to start using this for some stuff. Look at that. Oh. Well, that's neat. That's really cool, actually. Look at that. Uh-huh. I'm digging that. We got to figure out how to make this work for something. All right, that's actually kind of neat. Let's see if we get a... Do we have a larger version of that? No, it's all about the same, right? I found that base computer thing looks to have for me to do. I'm usually pretty good about deciphering, but I'm having a little trouble with that, Brusky. Oh, that gets gigantic. Oh, there we go. Take care, DG. Thank you. Yeah, I've done some stuff with that, bro. Like I did that, and then I did this in a standard position, but I like the blue tone underneath it. No worries, bro. But the spinning bit, like, you know, it's too distracting. Like this, I want it to concentrate on, although I'm going to start working with that. I think that piece is kind of interesting. This has all the prongers, unfortunately, so that's not really going to work. Although that might work for... But this other thing is kind of interesting. I didn't realize I'd have to make that smaller to work, but... It's a nice little... Oh, got it. Okay, you found the base computer glitch, but it was hard to do. Got it. Okay. Yeah, see, that's nice. Let's mess with that a little bit later. Alright, I like that. Ah, no! What did I just delete? I mean, I was just basically trying to find a way to, turn that into something, but... That's super difficult, too. Alright, let's get rid of that, because it's not working there. It's neat, but we don't need it. Alright, take care, Hellboy. Yeah, we got so much fish right now, though, Gamma. Sloshy Whale, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in today. Alright. Yeah, that'll work. What do you mean, Sloshy? I do, yeah, mainly this is what I do, is building in No Man's Sky. I mean, I do other games as well, but this is my main thing. Only seems to be the thing that people watch me for, is building stuff. If I do, like, Battlefield or something else. Yes, this is, oh, I see what you mean. I got you. Well, this planet I did not choose, but I usually go with a non-atmosphere dead planet. And the reason being is so that, excuse me, I'm not worrying about... I know, Gamma, that's what I mean. Let me get into that with the wonders. The lighting, I know, it's horrible. They really need to look into the build mechanic. They really, really do. Please, Hello Games, I know you don't watch me, but please, like, the lighting is off, the colors are off, everything is just off. It's, you know, granted, I'm still going to build, and I love this game, and I love Hello Games, but, you know, I can't truly, you know, I mean, look right here. This should, how do I explain this? It's hard to explain. Like, they tone down some things, like, too much. And then that whole, like, walking inside where everything gets brighter and where it shouldn't. If it's a dark room, I want it to be a dark room. I don't want to walk in and all of a sudden I don't have any lights in there. I specifically want it dark in order to portray whatever lighting or effect I put in there. You know, like, for example, the... in my city, the planetarium. Planetarium. Yeah, again. So we get an update. Normally we'll get an update that messes with the build mechanic, even though they didn't do anything with the build mechanic. In this particular instance, they actually did something with the build mechanic. So I knew it was going to get messed up because that's what happens. Ciao. Iman. I like to say people's names right, but welcome. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. It's always good to have you here. And again, you know, once I get to a... Oh, and we got to figure out what I got left for parts. I don't think I have many, to be honest. I think I have like 50, if that. And then I gotta, make sure that upload. Oh, Kevin. Well, that's easy enough to pronounce. Queven. Cool. Dutch Irish version. Oh, nice. Right on. I do remember it, of course. I generally remember most of the names that pop in. And then we'll start doing an overbuild. And hopefully ER's build will start being visible again. I really hope so. Yeah. Yeah, school's going to be starting for people soon. I know that. I live near a lot of college. Alright, let's head down to the lower portion. I should make a way down over here somehow. Just don't know how yet. Well, summer is basically on its way out, though, isn't it? Alright, let's do something with this thing here. We can get that done. It's not small. We're still technically, uploadable. It's a straight line. That's a nice thing. Yeah, Gamma, I know. We've been kind of dealing with the same sort of thing lately myself. We had it's not as humid, thankfully, as it was, but it is, yeah, and see, it shows up as black, right? And then you go back and you look at the color, and it doesn't always, retain, etc., etc. All right, this is a tight area to work in, unfortunately. Oh, right on. Yeah, I don't do Facebook. I don't do much. Normally I would say yes, but I don't. The only social media I do, and I don't even do it my Discord. I guess that's not even social media. I have a Twitter X whatever that I barely post to. Yeah, no. Yeah, Discord is not a social media. It's just it's a place for people to know when I'm going live and if I have any announcements, and a place to meet socially and chat. Like I've got a music lounge where I'll build and share my screen. Oh, cool. Yeah. As a matter of fact, here's a link to my Discord right there. Yeah, it's such a, the coloration is really odd. The lighting is off. Yeah, yeah, by all means. And for this one, I think we're going to face that way. Nice. No, I gotta go to that one. Okay. Oh, I might not be able to make this work. I didn't even think about that. Alright, no, that has to actually go down. Craving Chinese food recently. Like hardcore. Oh, right on. Yeah. I know. It's true. It is. All right, now let's grab that. Oh. And as we know, we're going to go. Oh, I need to go the other way. Damn it, I need to flip that around. Okay, shoot. Did it the wrong direction. Alright. We gotta go that way. Or do we want it to shoot that direction, right? Oh. And now, if we take our wall, it always gets tricky here. Right on. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Alright, so we know we're going to go in that direction. Now we're shooting in the proper direction. Alright, now we can take our short wall, drop it on here, go down one. And we're going to have to do some finagling because we're going to have... Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down a bit so that the end of... Or, you know what? I'll just show it. So first off, if we put this in a standard position, we're going to have a little what I call overspray kind of kick in. At the top and bottom, right? Ooh, I don't want it that way. I want to go the other way. But see how we have that sticking out? Now, there is a accurate way to push that down so that you're right at the end of that. All right, I am way off on this. I am losing my mind. All right, so I want to go from the interior bits out. Ooh, all right. Oh, that's not what I was thinking, but okay. So I want to go from here to here and here to here. So what I need to do is... I need to... remove that and that and that. And then we need to go from... Yeah, see, that's very important. You got to know these things. That. So we're going to go that way. And the paver should be facing the direction you want to shoot your part, if that helps. And what is this? Is this for No Man's Sky Facebook? I forgot to ask over that. Yeah, okay. Over 30 Club. There's an over 50 Club, too, there should be. I know I'm in that one. Okay, now we can go in the proper direction. Yeah, we had here. Did I have it here too? Yes, okay. Nice. Definitely worthwhile. Oh, I should be able to do it with this one on both. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this in and I'll show you what I mean again. So we got our wall. We're going to go here. Boom, boom. And this should take care of both sides. I mean, maturity is sort of, relative. I mean, I'm technically mature. Okay, so that is one position different. Now, see again how this ends up here. Right at the edge, right? Now, we're either going to have to hide this or make it part of it. That's going to be the tricky thing. I mean, I could do... Could do it in a different direction. But, all right, let's get back on this. See how this is sticking up here and we have all this extra left over, right? So if we wanted to fix that problem and just have it be right at the top, what we would do is grab our triangle and do that little nudge move that we've been doing lately, right? So we're going to push this down a little bit. And that should be exactly the amount of space we'll need. All right. To bring that down just enough to hide that bit. Or have it right at the very edge, hopefully. Okay, look at that. So, that little nudge will either, one, extend your wall out enough to catch that last bit, but then you'll have little blanks in there, okay? Excuse me. Or if you need to drop it for this particular instance, if you're doing something vertical and you want it to end, right at that spot, you should be fine. And then we'll take that wall again, go the other direction. So in order to go in the other direction, though, I would have to flip that wall. So we'll take this out of here. We'll move this over to here. We'll now put the paver on the other side of the cube. That brings our wall out to this side, which we can then aim it that direction. I'm beginning to think this is a bad idea. Because I have a feeling the amount of parts it's going to take to make this work is going to be way too many. So this may not work out. We may scrap this idea. But again, now instead of the cube, I mean, you still need your cube and paver and everything in order to flip things around and get position. But it's not this weird count of cubes and pavers to get things, you know, to land and lay in the appropriate position. So again, Kitten Swarm, welcome. Now we're going to do the same thing here that we just did on the other side. Although I should probably bring this down first. Again, we want the back side of the wall so that the monitor goes interior, hopefully. Oh yeah, this ain't gonna work. All right, son of a biscuit. I was hoping it was gonna, but it's not. Not gonna do what I want it to do. Oh well, we'll come up with a new plan. All right. That's not working. Kind of had a weird feeling it wasn't gonna, but you know, you gotta sometimes just give it a shot anyway. So, you know, from here, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I could go. Yeah. All right, now I got to come up with a new plan. Not a big deal. These things happen. What can we do with this spot? Let's figure that out. Oh, I'll definitely join your Discord. Facebook, unfortunately, I will not. I do not do... Although I should, because I have that Facebook Marketplace, and I could probably sell a bunch of things and make a little extra cash. And I guess you have to be a member. I had Facebook when it first came out, and then there's weird drama out of nowhere that I wasn't even involved in, but somehow got roped into. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need it. Social media is not very social to me. This is more social in my mind than social media, you know. But you know, is what it is. Again, I do have an X or a Twitter or whatever you want to call it, where I post occasionally, rarely, you know, No Man's Sky content. Right on, right on. So yeah, and I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. That would be great. We're you know, we're near it. We're getting close. I'm not worried about it. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. I'm not, you know, not. And actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna scoot this. We got to come up with something for here. I don't know what. What are we gonna do? We need something here. Something needs to happen. I don't do TikTok. I don't do much in the way of social media. You know, I am more about, you know, we could do a singular thing here. Let me try something new. Let's try something different. I could make a... I could do something like we did that little fish box. You know, little view box. Yeah, I just, you know, I don't know if it's because I'm too old for that kind of thing, or... Heck, my dad does Facebook, I think. Gotcha, gotcha. Um, I just don't. I don't know why. I just have never been. Yeah, I do YouTube, Discord, and Twitter X, whatever that is. I was thinking about streaming on Twitch, but I don't know yet. I feel I would be starting all over again. Oh yeah, I'll definitely join your Discord. Heck yeah, I do Discord. That's the one I like. Because Discord seems more personal to me, you know? I mean, you can actually talk to somebody and chat with somebody and video chat if you want. Or, you know, I can share my screen and do a stream off YouTube where if I don't feel like, jumping on YouTube, but I want to, let people see what I might do behind the scenes, for example, or a game that I'm not sure I should stream and, people can watch there and be like, yeah, dude, stream that. But yeah, just never got into it. And my life's not that interesting anyway. To be posting crap, nobody cares. Yeah, see that collision bubble? It drives me crazy. Right? Look how much of a collision bubble that creates. It's ridiculous. I tell you, ridiculous. Hey, look at that. Let's see how much, let's take a look at where my character actually is in comparison. And my character's doing that weird thing again. Where I look like I'm playing in VR. I was going to make a little thing under the stairs, but I think in order to save our part count as much as possible, we will refrain from doing that. But the only other issue is I've got dual stairs here, so... And we still haven't looked at our part count yet, which is not good. But we're getting close to break time, so we'll take a look at part count when we get to break time. And again, all of what I do here can be done on console. Some of it might just take a little more effort. That's all. Although at some point I'd love to use Kibbles and Bits and Windows mods again, because, man, some of the cool pieces and some of the things you can build with those parts is really great. Unfortunately, unless you share that mod with somebody, nobody ever sees it. But it's nice to kind of use and get some ideas from, and things like that. All right. Granted, this sort of stuff here, obviously, is a no-go, but... Alright, let's do a part count. And I'll take a little break, and then we'll come back, and we'll figure out what we're going to do in that little spot downstairs. Right on, right on. Thank you. All right, let's do a part count. Damn it. Actually, we have a few more parts than I thought. Okay, got 68 or 6. Yeah, 68 parts, I believe. All right. What happens if I move it? All right, so we got about 68. Let's see if we can find 2 parts making an even 70. So I was watching some videos on Battlefield 6, and apparently there's already people like in the beta test with aimbot and wall hacks, and like, really? Like, you gotta cheat in a, you know, in that. Hey Jay, welcome. How you doing? Now I was gonna say I'm just trying to find 2 parts so that I can call it an even 70 parts, but we're almost. We got to figure out what to do with 70 parts and then upload, and then we can start overbuilding and adding detail. But unfortunately, you know, it's not what I was hoping for. 500K banned already on day one. Really? Wow. And I bet you they're all COD players. I can easily find 2 parts. We're going to go through an influx of parts and everything as we go here. You know, I could easily make this, you know, into, there's 4 parts right there. This is a central thing for this, you know, but I do want to kind of keep this here for now because I feel we need to do something centralized here. I mean, I know when I was playing, there were a couple times, like, I'm behind a rock. Like, there's no way you could have gotten me unless your bullet curved. That sort of thing, you know, and definitely I felt there was some funkiness going on. There was a bunch of visual stuff that, you know, was game-related. Looked like someone was trying to stab me through one of those shields in Dune. get all like fractal pixelated all in my screen, and I couldn't, you couldn't see what was going on. And then I saw a lot of characters like jittery, so it was kind of, granted, it's a player test, so I get it. These things are bound to happen. But there were some moments where I'm like, and I played enough shooters. I was a COD player for a long time. I used to be like first in line at GameStop back in the day. My brother and I would play that stuff all the time. My brother still plays COD. I've since kind of, I don't know, just I don't know, it just kind of lost its something for me. I was really hoping for a new Battlefield with large maps and organized sort of battles. And like when my buddy and I used to play, it's like he was medic. I was, and then I did, either recon or also support. But, he would do the medic thing. I would do, putting out the supplies, or I would play, assault class. We would communicate. We'd have a couple of friends that we would play with, and we'd be like, all right, we're going to, play it kind of realistically, if you will, and do a little strategy, a little strategy. And, the big maps where you actually needed a vehicle to get to where you were going. Granted, these were test maps. I'm hoping they do some larger maps when it actually finally releases. All right. Yeah, I agree. See, and it got too fast. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just too. There's no time for, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, it doesn't feel like a Call of Duty game to me anymore. It just doesn't. Battlefield kind of felt like Call of Duty with tanks this time around. So, we'll see what happens. All right, folks, I'm going to take a quick breather. I'm going to warm up my coffee because the air conditioner always tends to cool it down quicker than it normally does, So yeah, we're going to take a little breather. Hopefully you're still here. If not, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that jive on the way out. Ring the notification bell to tell you when I'm back on again. Usually Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are my 3 days, and then whenever I can squeeze something in after work. But that 3 day is my normal. Other than that, for those of you sticking around, you know what I'm going to say. Peel the peepers away from the screen for a minute. We're 5 minutes early. So we're going to take a little breather. I'm going to warm up my coffee, take a bio break. You do the same. Get a snacky treat, get a beverage. And we'll see you back in a few minutes. All right. Quick little break here. Let's get on it shortly enough. I like to have my character kind of... Unless it's looking like... Unless my character's looking like some kind of crazy person. Oh, there we go. I don't know why it randomly makes it look like I'm in VR and other times not, but and then yeah, also check me out on Discord. A lot of times, if I'm not streaming and I'm home and I'm doing something, either No Man's Sky or something else, I will be in the music lounge listening to some music, building or whatever. I will as soon as I'm done with my stream today. I'll concentrate on doing some stuff there. Don't worry. Don't you worry. But yeah, we're going to take a little breather. We'll be right back, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Be right back. We're going to be right back. Hey, 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 we're going to be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We're going to be right back. We'll see you in a few.
It's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still and my mind's unwound. Shapes in the mist, colors so bright. Nip, nip haze, feels like midnight. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Raindrops tap, not a soul around. Everything's still
All right, we're back. We're back. Sort of. I got to do one more thing. There's that Discord link for you, Rebel Cause Gamer, which you aren't you? You already. You sent me a friend request and I already accepted it. Key. Right on. All right, so give me 1 minute. I am here though. Just gotta AFK for a moment. I normally don't accept friend requests because it's usually somebody trying to sell me their art and helping me with my stream. Have the money to pay me. And I'm an artist, so I generally don't need help in that department. I mean, I'm an okay artist. I'm nothing, I'm no Picasso. But, I've been known to do some arty stuff every once in a while. All right, what are we doing here? Aside from not knowing what the hell we're doing. We always know that. Well, it turns out I don't even know what nationality I am. I went through a lot of foster care growing up. Okay, a little personal time here about APG. I went through a number of different foster homes and families. Ended up in the family I'm in, which is my family. They're the ones that put up with all my BS over the years and, didn't send me back. And they're good folk. Very fortunate to have ended up where I ended up. But it turns out, I guess my mom, her parents were Irish, and I want to say like first gen sort of thing, But I don't know what my actual nationality is. And quite honestly, I don't care. I am a human being on this planet, period. I don't need to take any pride in anything other than trying to be a good human. That is where pride should come from. Oh, why, Rebel? Were you going to try and sell me some stuff? Or try and help me with my stream? And in terms of my stream, I am where I am because of this awesome community and because of one individual who we know is awesome, and that would be Zoo and 07 Zoo. We miss you, homie. We miss you. Zoo would be going nuts right now. And I, especially maybe with my new wall, I know he loved my Quiven. He loved my kaleidoscopes, and he built a ton of them. Did some really great versions. I miss you, Zoo. We all do. So many people recently, John Barty, and I know there've been a couple others. Yeah, exactly. We're all, it's all gray. Yeah, fabled, 100%. I was no picnic. That's for sure. Oh, hey, look at that. I've been trying to figure out how to connect all that. I guess that works. Am I all right with that? Do I like that? Do we want to do this? I just like a part for part's sake. I mean, we need a way to get over here because we didn't have a way to get over here. So I guess this works. I'm okay with it. I was gonna just do the teleporter, but... Oh, you meant to say Jack. Not Jock. That's quite alright. Yeah, I'm alright with this. Yeah, a little overhead here. Yeah, that works. I'm okay with that. Does it block anything? Does it make anything weird? Reading hand timber below. Yeah. I heard that. Oh, no worries, Rebel. I'm just messing. The fact that you showed up here in chat twice lends me to believe that you're watching and, you know, have an interest in what I do. As opposed to the other ones where I get these friend requests and I'm like, or I'll look and it's like one of them, what is it, OnlyFans kind of thing. It's like a girl, like pretty girl. Hi, I'm a pretty girl. Yeah, great. I'm an ugly man. We're gonna have nothing in common. But yeah. So there's that. All right, let's make another sign. I bet so. All right, what can we hang some... I really want to use these lights too. But I think these lights need to be a hanging light. I wish this had... I don't know how to explain what I wish it had. I wish it was just the top. Nice. Uh-oh, we gotta reload. Damn you. Yep, look. This happens every once in a while. And it's random, and it's weird. I don't know why. And it's like only a couple of them, and like one will stay, and it's really weird. It's so bizarre. All right, let's save and reload, shall we? But yeah, you know, I mean, that's... Man, I have such a hard time understanding human beings. I really do. And the world sometimes. It just makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. The anger, the hostility, the greed. And, you know, it's just... Sometimes it makes me ashamed to be a human being. Oh, right on, Rebel. And if you ever have any questions, you know, reach out to me on Discord. I did accept your friend request. You know, usually people just join the Discord. Granted, I'm kind of a noob with a lot of this stuff. You know, and trying to do a stream. That's why I don't have, you know, 20,000 subscribers. Thanks, Chet. I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind one of those cool plaques, you know. Should have like a YouTube plaque. That'd be pretty dope to have hanging up. But you need a lot of subscribers. I'd take one of those plaques. I don't even need to get up there and, you know, have all three or whatever it is. But man, it would be nice to be able to, you know, game for a living. You know, this is one of the few things in life now, since I can't mountain bike anymore because of my knee, and, you know, going solo, you don't do that. Not for any serious ride anyway. You know, I could go solo in like a park or something, but that's not fun. And I'm getting to be that age where if I injure myself, I'm out for a while, you know. All right, did we reload yet? Or are we still all blurry? No, I think we're still all blurry. Yeah, we're still all blurry. Might want to dual stream on Twitch? I could try that. I don't know, like, I do have a Twitch account. I've never used it. I set it up so I could watch other people and comment, I guess. I forgot why I had to do it. I've never streamed on there. I don't know the rules. I do hear, though, that there is a way for me to play actual music that doesn't get recorded on Twitch, so you don't get the copyright strikes. So you can actually play and listen to some good music and not have to repeat what I've been repeating, which, you know, I don't mind. I love this, you know, it's Blade Runner. It's basically Vangelis done by LUX on YouTube is where I'm taking this from. Or Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, you know, all those music outlets. There is a link for Lux in the description below. So please check that out. Yeah, you know, but even that I don't really have the room for in my apartment, you know. And back when I was a tattooist, you know, if I wasn't living with my girlfriend at the time or whatever, I would have a roommate because, you know, tattooing was pure commission work and you know, the way I worked it, you know, just worked out. You know what I mean? It helps when I am low on fundage. Yeah, because there's a way you can separate the audio tracks, and for some reason you can't do that with YouTube. You know, so I'd love to be able to just like play what I play, you know, when I'm in the music lounge, or like if I feel like switching it up, I can just be like, you know, I've been listening to mellow stuff, I want to listen to some Tool, you know, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, if I'm starting to feel nostalgic and old school, you know, throw on some Pantera or Typo or something, you know. But I've listened to all kinds of music. You know, if I'm in one of those kind of moods, or throw on a little, you know, Radiohead or Morchiba or Portishead or, you know, etc., Pussifer, you know, or some great 70s classic rock or whatever the case may be. I love music. Some old school rap. All right, I want to make a cube sign like I have in my city, but we need a way to mount it. I think I used to use these, but it's too bulky. What else do we got? What else do we have? We do have the new antenna. We could use an antenna. All right, building off of the freighter walkways is very tricky. Trying to get your part where you want it becomes very interesting. Because if we go underneath, we're actually going to go straight through. So in order to really work this, what I need to do is create some sort of scaffolding bit. And in this instance, we're going to try and use the floor. Really? I hate this game sometimes. Move. Thank you. Alright, so now we have a floor where we can use that as a basis. Now I can hopefully no. Okay. Guess we're not doing that. Actually, hold on. Try again with it this way. Is that going to go through the floor period? Yes. All right. I guess we're doing this. And we can do that. I don't want it there. So if I move it, we're screwed. Okay, have to bring something down. In order to blah, 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 blah. Alright, well that's kind of a drag. Alright, what if we take one of these, do that, then I can that. I wish we had gotten a short wall that was just this. That would have been great. And I take you. Instead, we're going to go... I'm going to need this now to work off of, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, looks like we're grabbing cubes and whatnot again. And that way we can make like a horizontal... Alright, this is going to be a free placement nightmare. Excuse me. Alright, let me figure this out. Alright, let's see. What are we going to do? How are we going to get this? I want like cubes on a pole, you know, like a skewer. Square watermelon on it. Don't walk. Don't walk. Alright, so if I do this... Alright, let's get rid of you for right now. Let's get rid of you. You. That looks like a good height. That puts us right in the middle, right? Yep. Get rid of you. Let's grab you. You. Let's see how far you extend out. Gonna end up being very short. All right, let's back that up. Put a paver on there. Put a paver on there. And put a paver on there. Son of a bitch. But yeah, I know what you want. You ain't getting it. There we go. We'll do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, and do that. Still going to be kind of short. Well, let's see what kind of space we have to work with. That. Oops. Let's see what happens with that. No. See what's in where? Sorry, I forgot to ask that earlier. Okay, that works. Now, well, I joined your Discord, by the way, when I was taking my break. Got to get your Facebook friends on your Discord. All right, no. All right, you gonna delete anything? No, yeah. Let's see what this does. Pops it down there. And that pops there, so that's a little low. Or a little high, yeah. And what direction is the... Rather not have the outlet facing in a standard direction. So actually, let's bring that down. Yes, we could manually place this. I get it. That's not what I want to do. That way. No, I don't. All right, what does this look like when I first put it down? It is if I want this, we have that choice, or that. Now I'd like to see that. Yes. I need to come at this. From a front facing look, right? Like that. Yes. And I think we need to move back. Okay. Or, yeah, back. Or forward. And then back again. If we want the middle, we gotta move it, but I don't think it's gonna be enough of a placement change in order to do that, though. I'm feeling maybe we just stick with what we have. So it's not quite the middle, though, is it, where that snap point is? Because that should be dead center, right? That pole is running right through here. You figure that cube would snap where, well, again, things are off right now. Like the snap point's off position. Things still technically snap where they're supposed to, but everything's shifted a little bit. Hey, one bad meat, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Where's the outlet, though? Ah, which means I can't stack that. All right, never mind. Because that only stacks one direction. That way. Right on, right on. Well, thank you for doing so. Huh. Interesting. Odd. So basically, if I put you here, and then we got the outlet though. So if we rotate that, see where that goes. Goes in the back. I could use a wall here, and that would basically tell me where my... Alright, so we don't want it that way. Alright, so a wall or something with a directionality on it would be preferable here, but, you know, we'll deal with what we have here. Alright, straight up and down. Puts my outlet on the bottom. So if I turn it 1, 2 to straight up and down, it should put it at the top, right? There we go. All right. I can live with that. But it doesn't quite put me in the middle. I mean, it does here, I guess, yes. Oh, no, not even. Seam-wise, it's a little offset. But it, you know, looks even enough. We can get away with it, I suppose. And let's see, what colors do we have? We have black. We have yellow. We have teal. Blue and white. And it all looks sort of the same. And where these little stripes came into play, I have no idea. Like, when choosing a light color, there should not be a main and highlight color. It should be a color. Unless, you know, the light is white, but the box is orange. Which wouldn't make sense. The box is yellow, but then the bulb is blue, you know, so that you get a, you know, I don't know. It should be, and red is not really red. It is and it isn't, you know what I mean? And it's better on the cube than it is on the light floor. But it's still not quite good, is it? It is not. All right, now we got that. Now we got to figure out how's it hanging there. Probably should have thought of that first, but. And I think probably we just need something. We could have used that. Never mind. How is that suspended there? Let me guess. Hollow bottom. Yep. does it do that? More pieces than I want, though. That actually shows that. Oh. No. Okay. You may have to backtrack a lot. Is that piece here? Ah, Craig. Alright, you know what? I don't care. I should have saved a while ago. I know. My own fault. I'm not taking a chance of that module being there. One, it's a part. Two, I don't want it to interfere with anything else. Okay. So. Clean slate, which is fine. I actually was sort of wanting that anyway. We got an idea of how we need to get what we need to get. So that's a good thing as well. Yeah, the part that's there that I can't move. You know, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about with this game. You know, and this was happening before I used mods. Nothing to do with that. And I will take mods off to prove my point, but I think most of you already know. Did we come down at all? No, we were right here. Actually, we come out to here. Do that. I mean, I suppose we could go wackadoo. Why? We'll get into that later. And we don't have so much mess to contend with. Now we know what we're doing. We're like, all right, got a good spot. We got our spacing down. And depending. I mean, now we're gonna have to figure out where the, we have altered our rotation, so we don't know where the outlet on this will be yet. But. And let's try it that way. Hey, first shot. Although, not where we want. I wonder if I should do one from here and then merge. No, because we already know what's going to happen. It's going to be a weird, flashy nightmare. But it is not even, so yeah, we're gonna. Damn it. We do have a crossover anyway. You know what? No, it's just. What do we have here? 4x4. Something looks different though, doesn't it? Spatially. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. One and one, so if I move that over, we could center it, but forget it. Forget it. How about just not this? If we take that off, that and that, give us a little more room. Still doesn't look right. Although it is centered. Yeah, no, it's not. It's off to the left. Interesting. All right. Is that even on? You kidding me? Please. We already got a ton of blue here. I would like to use a red. That doesn't look quite orange to me, but I am a little colorblind. Like, seriously. You kidding me? That's yellow? Does that even look yellow? Yeah, the lighting is wrecked in the game right now. They barely look on. Yeah, Levity, I had already done some stuff. It doesn't line up the same way either. It's fine. I'm not really worried about it, to be honest. I will be the only person who truly realizes it is not centered. I just can't believe that that's considered on. You know, it's so bizarre. It does a little fabled. I mean, you know, excuse me. It definitely throws a wrench in the old works. No worries, no worries. My pleasure. All right, now we gotta do. Here. Still haven't used this new part either. I gotta find a spot for this. Such a weird part. And the fact that there's no animated anything on it either is kind of a bummer, you know. But we're gonna have to use it because it's new in the game, and that's part of my rules when I do something with these new things. Is I must use the new parts. All of them. At least once. And I gotta get somebody to help me move that again. It's kind of a weird hodgepodge of, you know, just don't understand the thought process behind that part. But all right, where were we? All right, we've got that going. We need to figure out how to keep this from looking like it's floating there. We've used up 6 parts plus scaffold. We're about to get into 7 or 8 parts. And welcome, by the way, Level D, if I didn't say that already. Curious. Let's see what happens here. I just want to see what it does. Just for hardy har-hars. Actually, some bitch. That makes a nice little, I mean, granted, you can't use it, otherwise you will end up with a weird, upside down skeleton. Ooh, and that completely locks out everything. But that might be a cool idea for something else. Not altogether horrible, but it needs to rotate, which we can't do. Or it needs to come up or down. We rotate it, the base is facing the wrong way. Alright, that would be neat, but no. Not for this application. Something else, but not this. It seems to work out okay. Ah, yes, okay, Fable, that way. Okay, I get that. I can see that then. Hello? Why are you not showing up? Or are you? Interesting. So I still don't have anyone who got the... Hey, what's going on, Sound out there? You know, some sort of signage, sort of blinky bit. I might even do an alternating, or, not have all space. Just something to draw the eye. I mean, we could do, not here, because it would make no sense, but we could do some sort of a stoplight, and have a sequence, Could have a walkway, like I would walk, don't walk, although we can't do any verbal. Unless you're really good with the bite beat and you can get some analog thing going on. Come on. Stop being a pain. Pardon me. Here's my problem. This is why I always eat a part, because I'm like, if it doesn't look like something that is potentially feasible, why do it? And to make it look potentially feasible, you're like, all right, that means I got to use, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 parts. Plus, I haven't even done the stickers yet. For one item. And this is where, getting into that 3,000 part upload and whatnot, kind of gets to be an issue, and here's another thing that it's been doing lately. Didn't we already color this? Oh, never mind. It was just mine. But it does happen. You'll walk away and all of a sudden your part is not the color that it was. But otherwise you're just like placing these parts down, as themselves, which after a while gets kind of boring, right? I mean, that's why we do what we do and why we mix and smush parts together to create new things, so that, the parts that we have, we can then try to, blend or smush stuff together to create another sort of part or another thing, or use one part, in this case, an antenna as a bracket, or something along those lines. But then where we're at right now, which is, I've used a ton of parts in order to make this look, like it's in, not just floating there, it potentially could be, this, that, or the other thing. You know, so here, to me, that doesn't work because it's still floating. You know, if you will. Hey, Reverend, how you doing? Well, I'm working on, you know, I don't even know what you call this. New part experimentation city 2.0. Or 2. Yeah, 1. Sort of. I have another build. I think I'm going to move to another save and out in the middle of the water. But I'm not sure what this is. It's something, all right. Now I'm wondering if I should move this back. Because if I remove this... Oh, alright, that's right, it's got that cork end. Looks like a cork. The material looks like cork. Doesn't it? But, wait a minute. But the feet are kind of hollow, aren't they? Damn it, yeah, they are. Alright. That does need to come back. And, of course, it needs to go back a half. Yeah. Alright, let's see if we have another option maybe that will work. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. What about you? Ah, it's nice when you forget about pieces. But, how? We still have that problem though of the back side of these are open. Don't like that. No. Close, but no. Alright, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Can we put there? That will hide that bit. Make it look like it's attached. Not with that. That doesn't have an empty back. Don't have a lot of choices, do we? Let me think. What can we do here? That has an open back, if I remember correctly, or no? Yep. Hang it with supply pipe, I guess. But now, look at how far away it is. I attached it. That's so wrong. I could short wall it. This is frustrating. All right, what are we gonna do? How can we make this work? Hmm. No, because it shrinks like that. Damn it. That. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not thinking straight here. Oh no, it only gives me that one choice. Never mind. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, that's gonna stick up. All right, what are we working off of? That, I think. Interesting. Downside. Antenna's going to stick up, right? Yeah, because we want to be able to cover the feet that aren't And then we're going to have the antenna sticking through the floor, which I don't want. Okay. I already have that someplace I don't want. But let's try that. Turn it around. But now you're on the floor. Hey, Zenith Hellhammer, how you doing? Like, the best one so far was the first one we had. And I need to be halfway in here now. I know I can see it. But yeah, and that's too big. Still, no matter what, I'm going to need another... I'm going to need another bit. Well, not necessarily. That's actually not too bad. That actually works. The downside, again, though, is we're not able to cover that. You know what? Whatever. I just don't want it to be floating there. Samuel Merrick, what is going on? How you doing today? Yeah, see, here's a prime example of that fake lighting I can't stand. It's dark out. It's like the opposite. Like you go under, it's dark, but it's kind of light out. And then I go underneath this, and hey, it's light. I come out, this is just so immersion breaking. It's, you know? All right, now, in order to make this one sign, and I could trim it down by 2 pieces, potentially 4. And we still need to do something like... or whatever we end up deciding on. I have no idea at this point. I mean, who knows what we'll come up with here, you know, I'm just spitballing at the moment. And we got to think, you know, is it going to cover, you know, what are we going to see from what side? I may need to have somebody like move, you know, a decal here and there or something. To do. We got to do something with that, though. Oh, that time already. We already got all of these around now. But the collision bubble on that's going to be gigantic. I mean, that's, you know, all these little factors you got to take into place when dealing with these decals. That one rolling already. Yeah, if I could get it to actually work. Downside. There it is. Now I could have somebody potentially remove that. And again, we're going to be dealing with one of the craziest collision bubble BS. So, what I could do is try to make that other one a little bit smaller. Not quite what I envisioned, but so I would actually have somebody come in, move that sticker, you know, the hold move, and then, you know, place this other one down. But what it might also do, unfortunately, is create other issues. And most of it being, you know, you have to make this giant sticker, you know, decal, whatever. No, the bubble. The bubble kills everything. That's part of the problem. Hmm. I could also cut a bunch of this out and take that one antenna piece now, bring those two to the ends, and use that. That would save me a bunch of parts right there. Save me 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. So take these. Or one of them. That's a lot better, actually, isn't it? That way we can save a bunch of parts. I kind of like the, the other holding bracket, but, I would do a little finagling here, but yeah, I think that might work too. And it'll save a crud ton of parts. I like the look of the full one. You know what I mean? Takes up enough room. It's kind of cool. Later, Fabled. Yeah, it's about that time for me as well. We've hit our 3-hour mark. I will probably be on again Thursday, I think, after my doctor's appointment. I'll probably swing on for a bit of a noodle canoodle on this here. And who knows, I may or may not be on Discord tonight, but I got to work tomorrow morning, so I'm going to probably try to keep it pretty mellow and low-key. Got to go to bed at a certain hour, got to wake up early again, all that fun stuff. Got to get back into the routine. But, yeah. All right, well, we got a couple things done today anyway, sort of. Nah, Legend, not for a little bit. No, not until I become wealthy. And then it'll be all-day streams. And then I'll do it from different parts of the world. I'll go visit everyone I know in chat. Which I probably would, actually. Are pretty damn close. I would be going to at least, a bunch of places I've never been. All right, y'all. Let's see if there's anybody on. Usually nobody this time that I know of. Yep, as per usual. Alright. I'm usually streaming at a weird time before or after everybody, so. Alright, y'all. Unfortunately, there's nobody I can see to raid at the moment. So, I will see you soon. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, let you know when I'm on again. Potentially Thursday after work, and then our normal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Again, thank you so much for being around, keeping me company during the time that I was out of work. I do appreciate it. I will be putting up a tutorial on how to make this wall again. We'll be doing a new version of it, so it's a lot easier to make. Alright, y'all, this has been me, that wacko Kevin C here at Action Pants Gaming, wishing all of you out there in the No Man's Skyverse a little bit of love, peace, and starship grease. Get your action pants on. Get out there. Start building some wild and wacky stuff. Alright, y'all. Until next time, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. Laid back. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Throwing parts. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing pots together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.